Treasure Island, Part 1, Chapter 2. Black Dog appears and disappears. It was a bitter cold winter with long hard frosts and heavy gales. We knew that Father was unlikely to survive it. We did all we could for him. One icy January morning, the captain walked away down the beach, his cutlass swinging under his old blue coat, his brass telescope under his arm, his hat tilted back. I remember his breath hanging in the air like smoke as he strode off. Mother was upstairs with Father. I was laying the breakfast table. Suddenly the parlour door opened and a pale, thin man stepped in. 2 fingers were missing from his left hand. A cutlass was hanging from his belt. "What can I do for you, sir?" I asked. "I'll have a rum," said the man, sitting down at a table. I paused where I was, with my napkin in my hand. "Come here, boy," he ordered. I took a step nearer. "Is this table for my mate Bill?" he asked. "Sorry, I don't know anyone called Bill," I said. "Well," said he, "my mate Bill has a cut on one cheek. Is he here, in this house?" "He's out walking," I said. "Which way, boy? Which way has he gone?" "Sorry, I don't know, sir." The stranger remained sitting just inside the inn door. Every few minutes he peered round the corner, like a cat waiting for a mouse. Once I stepped out onto the road. A horrible change came over his face. "Get back inside," he roared, making me jump before his half sneer, half smile returned, and he patted me on the shoulder. "Let's go back into the parlour, boy. We'll wait for Bill and give him a little surprise. Bless his heart." We waited in the parlour, hidden behind the open door. At last the captain strode in, slamming the door behind him. "Bill," said the stranger loudly. The captain spun round on his heel and faced us. Blood drained from his face. Even his nose turned blue. In a moment, he transformed into a sick old man. "Come, Bill. You know your old shipmate." The captain gasped. "Black Dog?" The stranger held up his mutilated hand. "A lot has happened since I lost these 2 fingers, Bill." "What do you want?" said the captain. "I'll have a glass of rum from this dear child here. Then we'll talk like old shipmates." When I returned with the rum, they were already seated on either side of the captain's breakfast table. Black Dog was next to the door. He was sitting sideways, with one eye on his escape route. I left them together in the bar. Though I tried my best to listen from the next room, I could hear nothing but low talking. Then the captain's voice grew louder. "No, no, no," he cried. There followed an explosion of noise, with shouts and the sounds of tables and chairs going over. The next instant, Black Dog rushed out of the Admiral Benbow, pursued by the captain. Both men had drawn cutlasses. Black Dog, blood streaming from his left shoulder, raced away. He disappeared over the edge of the hill in less than a minute. The captain stopped running and stood staring at the signboard. Finally, he turned back into the parlour. "Jim," says he, "give me a rum." As he spoke, he leaned with one hand against the wall. "Are you hurt?" cried I. "Rum," he repeated. "I must get away from here. Rum, rum." I rushed out to fetch his drink, but was called back by the sound of a loud fall in the parlour. When I returned, I found the captain lying full length on the floor. He was breathing very loud and hard. His eyes were closed and his face a horrible colour. The door opened. It was Captain Livesey visiting my father. After a quick examination of the fallen captain, he said, "The man has had a stroke, as I warned him. I'll do my best to save his worthless life. Jim, bring me a basin." The doctor ripped the captain's sleeve. The old seaman's arm was tattooed in several places. "And now, Master Billy Bones," said the doctor, reading his name from one of the tattoos. After some time, the captain finally opened his eyes. Looking mistily about him, he tried to raise himself. "Where's Black Dog?" "There's no Black Dog here," said the doctor. "You've been drinking rum again." "Now, Mr. Bones—" "That's not my name," he interrupted. "It's what I shall call you," replied the doctor. "And I have only one thing to say to you. If you keep drinking rum, you'll die." And with that, the doctor went off to see my father, taking me with him by the arm.